Hello, hi, welcome or welcome back. Today we're ushering in fall with a recent haul and also my wish list. So if that sounds good to you, I hope you'll stick around, hang out, and get ready with me. Okay, we are ushering in fall today, and all of the people who love summer will say it's too early. Nay, the weather has dropped. It is now getting around the 70s and 60s in the evenings and mornings here, and so that tells me the shift is upon us, and it comes at a perfect time because we recently discussed in one of my empties videos that I am really hoping to go on kind of a low buy, use up what I have, kind of reevaluate my collection. So there will be declutters coming soon, but before we get into that, I wanted to share with you, it is my birthday month. So I have a lot of perks and things going on, so I'm not going to go on a no buy. I know myself better than that. And there's not a dramatic need for a no buy. However, there is a need for me to kind of refine, and I get this way about twice a year. And as I do my makeup, we'll get into that, but I wanted to share some recent items I picked up. Some I picked up today from Ulta, some I've had for a couple of weeks from Ulta, and then I have 3 items that I picked up from Sephora. I will go through the skincare and body care at the end and a roundup of everything I used, but in the sake of time, we are going to get ready together, and I will be talking throughout this video about the looks and the overall kind of vibe I'm chasing for this fall and how that pertains to my beauty wish list and how I plan, all of that good stuff. So let's go ahead and jump right in. I'll start applying my base and we'll go from there. Okay, so I emptied my bags to cut down on noise, and I've got a basket of new stuff and a basket of kind of my everyday essentials to fill in the gaps, but I picked up some really cute hair clips today. I'm a hair clip queen. You've probably seen them in my videos. I really have not even been wearing elastics recently, which is crazy, but this one is just gorgeous, the way the color plays on that. And then I really like this style of clip. This is what I'm usually wearing in my hair. I have a few plastic ones, but this one is like a gold metal, and it's just very chic. And then I'm going to play around with these barrettes. These are like a very kind of grown-up, classy way to wear barrettes, I think. So I think today, for the sake of getting everything out of my hair, we're going to use this guy. This one feels pretty nice. This one in the gold were $10, and I think the little barrettes were $8.99. It's gonna feel so good to get my hair out of my face. It's fall, y'all, you know? Okay, so let's dive into the makeups. So I picked up 3 things at Sephora recently, and I have tried one of them, 2 of them actually. The other item I have not. So I picked up the Rare Beauty foundation and concealer. I was really curious about this. I've worn it once, I liked it, so I'm gonna continue to test it. I was impressed with her tinted moisturizer SPF, so I really wanted to give that a try after people had raved about it. And then I picked up this lipstick, which I'm not going to wear today, but it is the Give brand by Gwen Stefani, and I picked up Old School Me, which I thought 80s Me was going to be the one I picked up, but I actually picked this one up. Very bright pink, so that's not the vibe for today, but this will be happening in an upcoming video. If we're going to get through this, I need to like move it, you know? So while I apply, I'm not going to go through the products. None of this is going to be a review. Obviously, these are mostly first impressions. So we'll do kind of thoughts at the end if it's not too long. I have my notes in front of me because I want to talk about something that I brought up a few videos ago, which was doing a low or no buy. And knowing myself, it's not going to be a no buy. I will say I'm still going to try to rein myself in to the point where when it comes time for Black Friday, I don't feel limited on the sales that I can take advantage of, because I know the major sales that I usually partake in, and typically it is the Nordstrom anniversary sale, and then I have specific brands that I look at for Black Friday, beauty and fashion wise. So knowing that, and then the Sephora sales, obviously. So knowing that I partake in those, I like to kind of limit spending around those times, or if there's a new release that I'm really interested in, I will wait for those things, and that's going to tie in a little bit later. But I have been doing what I'm about to talk about for probably, honestly, since 2013. And it really kind of came from living in apartments that didn't have the closet space that I needed to display all of my clothes for all seasons. And I have always lived in areas that have very distinct seasons, and the clothing therefore has to accommodate the changes in weather. So what I started doing is I keep spring and summer out, and then twice a year I go through and swap for fall, winter, and then back to spring and summer. And I kind of let the weather really dictate when that happens. I have really liked that system. That system has done really well for me. And the past couple of years, I have been kind of doing the same in my makeup life. And what I like about that is that means twice a year you're going through your things, you're decluttering, and you're getting a good idea of what you have and what gaps you might need to fill. And that kind of brings into like how I build my wish list. So I talked about I build like seasonal wish lists. So when I see the gaps that I have, that's when I know I need to pick something up. And I also am very realistic with myself, saying like, okay, I really want that Sweet Nectar shade from Danessa Myricks that we've talked about a few times, that coral multi-use blush lip eye tint. But it would not make sense for me to buy that now as we are in the middle of August, because that's a shade that realistically, for me personally, I'm only wearing in spring and summer. So I'm not going to purchase that now. One, it's going to expire by the end of the one season I'm going to get to wear it. Two, it's just going to sit in my collection for months. So that is kind of the mindset that I have going into this. I use a few different tools that we can get into one day. If you are interested, let me know down below on how I track all of this stuff. It might even just come into play with that plan with me that I would really like to do. I have done that. I have not gone through all of my clothes, so that wish list is coming soon. But I have kind of gone through my collection and done the very first kind of round of decluttering. But there will be another round because I want to get even more stringent on what I'm keeping. And I'm going in with the Gimme Brow Volumizing pencil. This is their new fiber pencil. I'm almost out of the Cosa, so I wanted to try this. I have it in the shade 2. I've been playing with it on the back of my hand. Anyway, so that declutter will be coming soon. And then after that, I'll be able to focus on using the products that I have, and then also really staying true to this wish list. So now for the fun part, as I do my brows. I have very specific vibes that I'm chasing this fall. And part of me is like, I came up with these on my own, but I know that there's probably a part of me that has subliminally taken on what brands are putting out, and I pick up what I'm digging, if that makes sense. So there's a few vibes. If my stomach growls the whole time and you can hear it, I'm going to be mortified. But before we get into the vibes, I picked this up and I'm so excited. And this is a part of my fall wish list. I've wanted this. I've dabbled about thinking about getting it. But then I went to Ulta and swatched it and I was like, yeah, I need it. And I have just barely swatched some of these. We're going to keep it kind of tame today just because I will be pulling this out more. But also, I really want to play with lips a little bit today, which brings me into my fall vibes. I could not be more obsessed with burgundy lips right now. But not just burgundy, like burgundy, but also red berry lips. And that's what I mean when I say like some of that has to be just kind of like subliminal. I'm sure that's the colors, that brands are dropping. But I have already gone down the rabbit hole. I've already picked a few up. We're going to swatch them today. I cannot wait to rock that all fall. I also want to rock pumpkin orange lips. I love the shade from M Cosmetics, Faded Clementine. It is such a good fall shade that is statement, but without being like wapow. So overall, kind of like statement fall toned lips. I'm here for it. I'm ready for it. You're going to see a lot of that. And then also moody looks. I want smoky, moody looks all day, every day. I wear a lot of wings in the summer because I know that it's not going to melt off my face, and it's light. It's like a light look. I cannot wait to get into heavier, smokier, faller looks. So that's coming up. The last one that I have there is mid-toned duochromes, because my shipment from Terra Moons just came in and I am so excited. I've been waiting on that It was a pre-order situation, so I can finally do that initial look that really sparked this whole duochrome thing for me from seeking shifts. But also, I want to get into like medium tones, and I have felt not weird, but like it's just not the right season yet for me to dabble in that personally. So that is coming. And then also greens, mauves, purples, like all of that's coming in full force. So if I had to do a mood board, maybe I'll do one and pop it up on the screen. That's the mood for this fall. And witchy nails. I have the Aurora nails, which is like really cool. And this was like a science experiment with Bethany, but she knocked it out of the park. But we're moving into spooky nail territory, and just you wait. I'm very, very excited about that. I have a feeling we're gonna go not light with the eyes, because this palette, I have not been this excited about a palette in a long time. I was excited about Juno, but realistically I knew that Juno palette I would use the neutrals in, but it didn't have the shades like this, or the nuance of the shades to like really rock my world and knock my socks off. And I've always loved Anastasia's formula. I know that it's like not necessarily for everyone, but it is for me. So those are the vibes I'm chasing beauty wise. Now that brings me into what is on my wish list. So first I'll say I picked up these two kind of orders from Ulta. I had that small 3-item one come in from Sephora, but I also have the new blush from About Face on the way. I really want to compare that to the triple play stick that we used in the AF94 video. But then I also have a small order from Victoria Beckham coming in. I've been waiting for that eye brightening pencil to come back in stock for what feels like forever. And I also wanted to grab the olive eyeliner because that's going to go. I've been waiting to kind of order more than one thing to pick that up as well. And that's right in line with kind of the vibes that we're chasing for this summer. And I can't wait to get that order in. There are still things that I really want to pick up from Victoria Beckham. I don't know. I don't know what that's going to look like, because we'll get into that. That's kind of like a TBD. But anyway, I have that Victoria Beckham order coming in. I think that's it. About Face and Victoria Beckham. So what's on my list is I really want the new lip tinted, it looks like a blush bronzer type situation, and their new lip glosses, because the one looks like, I'll pop pictures up. The one looks very everyday for me, and then the other one is kind of in that burgundy berry red family that we're talking about. So I really want to try what their gloss formula would be like based on how moisturizing the sunscreen is. And I'll be honest, I have not been tempted on the sticks that they have, the color sticks. So like I said, the multi-use products are hard for me to spend my money on, because typically they're more formulated for something else, and I'd rather just buy a product that's dedicated to that so it can have all the benefits of whatever product type it's trying to be, namely lips and cheeks. I hate sticky cheeks and I love moisturizing lips, so those two don't cross paths into one product very often. That said, I'm very excited for the lip tinted. That's happening soon. And then I really do this fall want to try out a full face of Merit. I don't know if it's going to be a full face, because I'm concerned that the foundation concealer stick is not going to match me at all. And so unfortunately the Sephora's by me do not carry, or never have it in stock for me to test that theory. So I don't know. Plus I'm waiting for that bronzer to come out, because maybe it's like a full face outside of just the concealer foundation. I don't know. So I'm playing around with that. Let me know. I know a lot of people love the lipsticks, and honestly, the Lavenue shade, however you say it, is very tempting. It looks very beautiful. I swatched that in store and I'm ready for that. And then, yeah, like, let's go light on the eyes, she said. Then House Labs. I cannot wait. I have been waiting for the foundation to drop because I really want to try foundation, but also the baked jelly powder. Baked gel powders. Jelly. Ooh, I didn't set that foundation first. Oh, we're gonna try to fix this. Hold please. Pause. Okay. I fixed it. I just took a makeup wipe, cleaned it up, and then added some concealer. But I will say, this looks nuts on my skin, and I think I should have rehydrated because when I was super hydrated yesterday and wore this, it was fine. Moving right along. What was I saying? Oh, House Labs. The gel powder. I'm here for it. That is like the most blurring. The Beauty Pie is great at it. Chantecaille usually gets raved about it, but I haven't spent Chantecaille coin on that yet. So I really want to test out the House Labs. This is the launch that I wish she would have started with. I think a lot of people share that sentiment. That's on the list. And then the next is RMS. I really want to try kind of the rebooted RMS because I loved their powder kind of bronzer. And the shades that they chose for their new blush looks fan-freaking-tastic. So very excited to try that out. I'm torn on the foundation. I think I'm going to try it. It doesn't look like there's anything in it that will break me out. But before, when they were like so into coconut oil, everything broke me out, even the Living Luminizer. So that kind of bummed me out. So I am very excited to try that. Not to mention those RMS blushes really live in that mauvey kind of smoky-ish look that I want to get into. Let's see if the Westman Atelier powder can save this at all. Probably not. I'm going to hit this with a ton of setting spray. So yeah, RMS is on that wish list. And then the next one is that Victoria Beckham Fantasy Card. This is a maybe. We're getting into the maybes, and then I'm going to jump into my wish list for skincare. The Victoria Beckham card, I kind of want to try the cheek. The problem is the color that I would buy in the cheek is a color that I own multiple times over, so I'm not really sure if I want to do that. And I want to try the lip gloss. I don't know why I accidentally forgot to add that to cart this last order. I'm like kicking myself over it, but it is what it is. And then I also am tempted to try the highlighter, but I don't wear highlight that much. And honestly, the Beauty Pie Triple Beauty Luminizing Wand, the Salt New York highlighter that I have, and also that new pencil from AF94, honestly, is enough for me. Like, I don't need to continue to buy highlighters. If I go down a path where like I'm obsessed, maybe, but I've also heard that that one doesn't dry down and stays emollient on the skin, and that's not what I'm into. So I think that that's going to be a major pass for me. We'll see. Maybe I'll pick up the lip gloss. That's one that's like, yes, if there's a sale. And then the other TBD is Well People. I love what I have tried from Well People. Cannot say enough about it. We'll be talking about that later tonight in another video that I'm planning to film. And I want to try more of the line. I want to try the tinted moisturizer. I want to try the eyeshadows. I want to try the new bronzer shade. And they brought out a new brightening powder shade that would be more of like a blush topper or kind of lower cheek highlight for me. And I do want to try all this because their powder products are phenomenal. So that's kind of like a TBD. That's probably going to be like a good enough sale, then yes situation as well. And then I'm going to line with Cocoa because we went quite smoky. Moving into skincare. So I look at skincare kind of like my wardrobe. Some pieces are all year round situations. Some pieces are more spring, summer, and some are more fall, winter. Now, I know that my skin gets extra dry in the fall and winter. So I'm already trying to like think about what I need to supplement my current skincare with. And some of that actually pertains to the products that I'm going to show at the end of this. I know for sure I want to try the Glossier Balm. For sure want to try that. But I knew that buying that in the middle of spring was not going to serve me well because I'm not going to crack that open until the fall, winter. And I need to get through some of my lighter moisturizers and make room for those so that I don't have to throw anything out. So that's on the list. And then I cannot wait for this next stuff. So that purchase is probably going to come closer to like September, October. The next is Beekman 1702. I cannot wait to get my hands on a few of the products from that line. I have tested them out. I've had samples and wow, I think they're going to help really take care of my skin as it dries out and gets cooler. So I am very excited to make those purchases. And then of course I will be buying my regular Lano Lips, products. Their 101 ointment. And then they came out with a heavy all-purpose cream last year, which again, I didn't purchase at the time because I got through winter without it, and it was kind of like, I'm not going to use this now for a while. So those are all the things on my list. I will have popped pictures up as we go. That said, please let me know. And I'm going to moisturize my lips. I should have done this earlier. I'm using the Mystery Gloss. Oh shoot, I had a mascara I wanted to try. Okay, I picked up the Bye Bye Panda Eyes. We're going to try that in a video coming up soon. I was so into my wish list fantasy cart. What was I just saying? Think, Rachel, think. I have no idea. I think I left off with the Lana Lips products. I love those products. Again, we'll talk about that in an upcoming video. I actually don't think that I bought a new blush. So let's go into the archives, or as Marlo Hampton would say, l'archive. Honestly, for the sake of ease, we're going in with the balm. I'm excited to get those products, really wrap myself in the things that I know I need. Granted, I'm also leaving space here for new releases. I know that there's going to be new releases, especially around holiday time, that are really interesting to me, but we will start doing videos of new releases because I want to continue this conversation, because I think it might be helpful in thinking about your makeup collection similar to your wardrobe, where not everything is for every season. If you're someone who follows kind of traditional beauty makeup kind of guidelines and you wear certain colors in certain seasons, listen, I will wear whatever color, whatever season I want, but I typically try to go with the vibe that I'm feeling at the time, and that for me does change seasonally. Some of that is probably my background in fashion. That's just me. Let's go ahead and get into the lips that I pricked up. The lips that I picked up. I just spritzed so heavily with MAC Fix Plus in the hopes of somewhat saving this, but look. The texture's not the tea. So let's go in with this Give. I will say this plastic component is kind of chintzy feeling, but this is old school me, and this is not for this look. But we're going to go with it. I'm not going to be precise because I'm just wiping it off, but I love this color. How fun is this color? It's almost like if the red berry that I'm searching for in the warm fuchsia that you know I love came together, and it's gorgeous. I love it. It is a matte lipstick. It feels pretty comfortable. This is one that I would top. Honestly, with that scribble stick from the last video, I think it would be great. But let's go in with the last two because I'm very, very curious about them. Next one is the Fenty Gloss Bomb Cream, and this was not on my list to pick up. I have had the two of the Universal Glow. The Universal Glow, and then one of the other shades that was more peachy that she dropped shortly after that. But the sales associate in Sephora had this on, and man, was I jealous of those lips. So I asked her what she was wearing, and it was the Fenty Gloss Bomb Cream in Fruit Snacks. And first of all, the name, heck yeah, but look at this color. And after swatching all of these next to each other, this is the color that I'm looking for fall. This doesn't have a strong scent like I remember. Now, being kind, because I did not line my lips, this is the color I'm looking for. And I would wear it with something like this because this is fairly neutral, but I cannot wait to wear this with a moody burgundy look or a classic wing. This is the shade. This is the shade of fall. We're gonna move into the last one, and I want to try this one because I am so very curious about the formula. I've gotten pink all over my freaking face. I am not a lip swatch queen. I think I cleaned the pink up. If I'm pink, deal with it, you know? This is the Maybelline Superstay Vinyl Ink. And why I am so curious about this is because it stays juicy and sheeny looking, but it's supposed to be like bulletproof. And Allie Glines swatched all these and did like a transfer test, and I was blown away because the reason I don't like matte liquid lips is because they're super drying. I don't like matte on me. I've got lip wrinkles. I like a juicy, glossy lip. And if this does stay bulletproof, that is like the perfect happy medium for me, because I don't want colors like this to kind of migrate all around and, you know, transfer onto everything. So I got the shade Unrivaled, and it is very, very pretty. So I will try to be more precise with this. That's the other thing. If you have recommendations for good lip liners that come in a shade like this, please let me know. I was like testing some out and I just wasn't excited about any of them. I do have a Makeup by Mario lip liner in my basket, and I think that's the one I'm going to go for, but let me know. That shade, as soon as I get a lip liner, ugh, hell yeah. See, there's like just enough shine to it. I am not cleaned up at all. I will say the applicator is nice to get a fairly clean line, but I do need a lip liner. I feel very gorgeous. Obviously, my outfit does not match the seriousness of this look. However, I'm so happy to play with some of this new stuff and kind of get initial thoughts around it. A lot of this I'm going to continue to play with. This is feeling very sticky. It's not dry yet. Let's let it dry. Okay, while I was letting that dry, you guys, I tried to resist. I cannot. It's fall. It is fall. Also, it's giving fall, but maybe a little bit glam Elizabeth Holmes, which, don't get me started. I'm so sad that Steve Jobs and Elizabeth Holmes ruined black turtlenecks. Have we forgotten about Audrey Hepburn or just classic? It's just classic. Anyway, this has dried. It's still sticky. Not to a really uncomfortable degree. Like if you had an event or something and you really needed to make sure that a statement color wasn't going to like move around, I think it would be comfortable enough. But the only transfer I'm getting is like the teeniest bit from the areas inside the rim of my lips that have not completely dried. I mean, it's pretty incredible. It's not as shiny as I would like, but for the purpose, it's great. I'm going to top with a little bit of the Fenty, and then we're going to run through all the new stuff. It's a little more comfortable. Again, it's not a perfect red. I'm definitely going to switch this before we film the next video, but let's go ahead and jump into all the new things. I will start with body care first and then skincare. I went ahead and picked up the Drunk Elephant TLC Glycolic Body Lotion. This was coming after Khaki did so right by me with the soft services that I wanted to try this. I'm trying a few of the chemical exfoliants, but this one is very serious and you will feel it burning things down in a good way. It hasn't caused irritation, but I'm going to continue to test this and then we will do a roundup of my favorite body care for acne and KP. Then from a skincare perspective, I could not contain myself and I picked up everything from Peach Laces that I've been wanting to try. I picked up everything from the new Redness Relief collection, their azelaic acid serum, which is 10% azelaic acid. This is to help redness, discoloration, all of that good stuff. I have been using this for 2 weeks. It's gentle enough that they say to use day and night. I only use in the PM. I cannot wait to do a final review. I'm very happy with this. We'll be talking about it in the next review, but I also picked up the Intensive Serum, which is kind of like the serum version of their toner, the Redness Relief Soothing Cleanser, which I've been using and liking, and then the Redness Relief Calming Cream. So everything in the green bottle has algae as well as Centella asiatica and snail mucin. Love all those ingredients. Love to see them in one. Love to see them under $20. So again, I couldn't contain myself. I also picked up recently the Mini Hero Force Shield Super Light Sunscreen. I have been enjoying this. We'll get into that in the sunscreen roundup. And then for the recent Ulta haul, you saw me use the new Benefit Fiber Brow Pencil. I'll continue to use this, but fairly good. Then I really can't wait to try this. I'm sad I forgot about it. The Essence Bye Bye Panda Eyes. This was a recommendation from Megan. Thank you again, Megan. I'm very excited to try this at the price point that it's at. Then in Ulta, I picked up the Anastasia Nouveau palette, which I cannot wait to continue to use. And I also picked up on the recommendation of Threat Level Midnight. She was asking about the Smashbox cover shot in the Minimalist palette, which I have owned these before and I decluttered them because I did not like them. That was years and years ago. But I went in to see if I could find something in my collection to dupe this. These colors are pretty nuanced and the formula's not as bad as I remember, especially if you're a beginner. So I was really impressed with that. So I actually picked that up and they got me on this punked version because purples, y'all. I love purples. So I picked that up. I also, from Sephora, picked up the Rare Beauty foundation and concealer. I need to play with this. I'm very, very torn. The Give lipstick, the Fruit Snackz gloss bomb, and the vinyl lip from Maybelline. I'm not as in love with this formula as I thought I would be. Urban Decay came out with one, so I might test one from their line. I don't know. Jury's out on all of this, to be honest. And then the most exciting thing, my Terra Moons order came, and I have 15 more Terra Moons eyeshadows. We will do a swatch party. I will do the look that has been living in my mind rent-free for months now. Cannot wait. So very excited. And yeah, that was my recent haul. Like I said, that's what I have to kind of work through in the meantime while I either wait for new releases or wait for the sales to pick up what's on my wish list. We talked about Live Tinted, Merit, House Labs, Beekman, Glossier, Lano Lips, RMS, Victoria Beckham Beauty, and Well People. And we also talked about the vibes I'm chasing. If you have recommendations for upcoming releases or items that you think I should try from the brands I mentioned, or to kind of get the vibe that I'm going for, let me know down below. Let me know if you are interested in more of this kind of wish list planning, budgeting discussion, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.